Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of What If Naruto Was Banished and Made an Empire for Himself. Well guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. To come on guys, please subscribe to my channel as I want to reach 10k as quick as possible, and it will be really helpful to me if you guys subscribe to this channel. As well as guys, I have put the link of my Instagram as well as a YouTube channel of my friend who is new to YouTube. Please subscribe to his channel as well and follow me on Instagram. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off as Naruto, you can say, releases all the barrier, and now the outside world can see the Uzugakure as all the spies of 5 great nations were in utter shock when they saw a whole nation arrive out of nowhere. Though it was small, but the buildings as well as casinos and this different type of buildings were made, which were not even considered in the other 5 great nations, as Naruto had a secret alliance with the Snow Village, as all the technology from the Snow Village was transported in Naruto's village, as Naruto was really happy about it. And then all the spies went off to their respective nations as the Tsuchikage wanted to conquer the Uzugakure so that he could prove to other villages that how strong his nation actually is. So he sent his 300 elite Jonins and elite Chunins so that they can take out the Uzugakure, thinking that they do not have the shinobis in them right now, or they are right now a bit weak, so these shinobis should be able to take them out. But in the end, only 2 of them came back as Naruto along with 4 of the shinobis. And yeah guys, thank you for telling me the name. It was Remin, the Storm of Kumo, as well as Ryu, a shinobi which Naruto found, and he was pretty strong as Naruto had pretty of trouble fighting him, but in the end he still won. As well as Karin, who's going to be a girlfriend of Naruto, as many people suggested me that it should be an Uzumaki girl as well. So I don't know any girl other than Karin, so I think that Naruto should be able to rescue her from the grass village. So that is that. From Orochimaru's some basis. So without any further ado, let us start our video. As Naruto has all the 5 scrolls in front of him, as he has already read most of them, while on the other hand Tsuchikage was fuming in pure anger as now one of the spies of Naruto arrived. Well, not Naruto, as you suspected, the Tsuchikage is going to the Kumo for the help in this war, as they want to take out our nation. As Naruto simply chuckled and said, well, it seems that that old man is a bit desperate, though I thought that he would have been, you can say, a bit crazy and already dashing towards my village with his remaining forces. But I think that he's a bit smart to ask for a bit of help from Kumo. Now we head towards Kumo as Raikage was smirking in front of the old Tsuchikage as he said, well Tsuchikage, to be honest, I was not expecting you to be here, so why are you here? As Tsuchikage simply, you can say, as he said, well Raikage, don't play with me, you already know why am I here. As Tsuchikage simply chuckled, it seems that both of your Jinchurikis have gone rogue, isn't it the reason you're here? You want the help in this upcoming so-called invasion which you are planning on Uzugakure. As Tsuchikage simply smirked, so you're keeping tabs on our village. As Raikage said, well, I'm a Kage of a great nation, I have to do these things, I hope you understand. But why do you actually want to attack that village? As Tsuchikage gritted his teeth and said, that damn brat calling himself the ruler of the Uzugakure, though it should have been us that ruling over the land of the Uzumakis. As Raikage simply chuckled and said, well, you're an old timer and you must have taken part in that war, the second great shinobi war. As the Tsuchikage nodded and said, well, you don't know, but the ruler of that land is right now named by Uzumaki Naruto, is the son of Yellow Flash, the 4th Hokage, Minato Namikaze. As Raikage's eyes widened as he had a glass in his hand as he shattered it into pieces as he said, what? He's the son of Minato? But how? It simply cannot be. As Tsuchikage grinned and said, well, I did a bit of research, even though you can consider me old, but I am still a Kage. I have did a bit of research. It seemed that he was the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails, hated by his village and in the end banished from Konoha, including with the 9 tails. Though I found it a bit, you can say, stupid by the hands of Konoha that they has banished their own Jinchurikis. We all know Jinchurikis are the powers of hidden villages, and for them to banish him. As Raikage said, well, that is pretty stupid of them. Well, it does not matter. and he simply vanished from the face of earth, and in the end he has been, you can say, creating his nation. No one in the all five great nations, including you, Raikage, was able to find out what was happening in the Uzukakure as Raikage greeted his state. This old man got him on that. Not even he, his own spies, knew what was actually going on, and a nation came out of nowhere as in the five great nations. As he was pretty surprised when he heard that news. As Tsuchikage said, "Well, my forces are more than enough. I just want a bit of Jinchuriki help so that I can eradicate his village. I do not have any Jinchuriki of mine. Both of them are rogue shinobi, and I will find them and I will have their bijus removed from them." As Raikage simply chuckled and said, "Alright, I will help you in this war. I will have, let's see, Jujito going with you. She's a Jinchuriki to the second two tails. And since the Uzugakure is a new village, I don't think that they have that much of manpower. So I think that one Jinchuriki is more than enough." As Tsuchikage thought it for some time, he had the Jinchuriki of the five tails as well as the four tails, but he lost both of them. So he has to go with the two tails now, already knowing that Raikage will not allow his brother B to take part in this war. As he simply nodded, as Raikage said, "Guess what? Since he is the son of Yellow Flash, I'm going to give you 1000 of my shinobi to help you in this war." As Tsuchikage's eyes widened, as, "Alright Raikage, what are you playing at? What do you want from me in return?" As Raikage smirked, "Huh, so you're a Kage for nothing, as it seems, huh? Well, I want to take, you can say, a bit of partnership in this invasion. Well, I will not allow myself to be directly involved in this war. Who knows what will happen in the end, but since, you can say, now how to put it, I want a bit of scrolls as well as a bit of weapons that the Uzumaki created. I know about their Kenjutsu training, and the weapons which they created were legendary themselves. So when you finishes the Uzukakure, I will need those weapons and some seals here and there." As Tsuchikage thought it for some time and said, "Alright, Raikage, you have a deal there." As Raikage smirked at that, as Tsuchikage said, "Alright, it's about time for me to conquer the Uzukakure," as the chakra was leaking from his body. As Raikage just simply smirked, as Naruto was receiving all of this news, as he said, "Huh, so he's going to get the help from a Jinchuriki. Well, we shall see about it." As he said, "So who's this Jinchuriki?" As the spy said, "Well, my lord, she's the Jinchuriki to the two tails." As Kurama said, "Huh, two tails cat. She's nowhere near to my level. Do they honestly believe that they have enough power to take me down, huh?" As Naruto simply chuckled at that. As then he opened the scroll of Tsunade and said, "Well, what should we do about Konoha, huh?" As Ninetales thought it for some time. "Well, you should go there to tell them that you're in no mood of an alliance or anything like it, as you do not want anything to do with them." As Naruto nodded at that, "Yeah, I was planning to do the same, Kurama." "Okay." As he said, "Alright, ask Ryu as well as Raymond to arrive here." As the Ambu nodded as he went off. As now Ryu as well as Raymond was standing in front of him as Hinata arrived. "Naruto-kun." As Naruto looked towards her, as he has already explained everything, as he said, "Hinata, what do you want?" As Hinata said, "Well, I heard that you're going back to the village." As Naruto simply nodded at that, as he said, "Can I come with you? I also want to see my family, my sister." As Naruto thought it for some time, "Hinata, I cannot do that, you know that. If you go there, you will be considered a missing nin, and they will try their best, even though you have given resignation, but they will come up with some stupid excuse to stop you there. But if you do want to meet your sister, I can help you with that." As Hinata thought it for some time, she do not want to trouble Naruto, but the only reason she wants to go back to the village is to meet her sister, and she do not care about her father. As all of this time she was thinking how badly her father actually treated her. So right now she do not want anything to do with her father. As she said, "Alright Naruto-kun, if you promise that you will bring Hinata, sorry, Hinabi, so that I can meet her." As Naruto simply shook his head, "Alright Hinata, I can do that." As Hinata nodded, as Ryu said, "So, are you sure about it, going to the Leaf Village? So what's the decision?" As Naruto looked towards him and said, "I have a goal in mind, and I don't think that Konoha is going to help me on that. Unfortunately for Konoha, I have different plans." As Raymond simply nodded and said, "Alright, let's see." As Naruto nodded, as several ambus landed, as Naruto said, "Alright, I'll be replying back to Konoha right now. As he wrote a letter to Tsunade that he's coming for a meeting so that they can discuss about things. As Tsunade received the letter, as she said, Jiraiya, I have received the letter from Uzugakure. As Jiraiya said, alright, open it. As she saw that how Naruto agreed for a meeting that is going to held in Konoha. As she smiled and said, alright Jiraiya, it seemed that we got our chance. As Jiraiya smiled, thinking that how badly he treated Naruto as he should have believed Naruto as in that time, but he was way too blinded by all of those accusations which were placed upon him as he thought that it could be possible. Though it was, you can say, a bad thinking that how Minato one day will forgive him. As now on the underground, Danzo was in anger as he said, so that brat, he created his own nation, a whole village, huh? I damn it, I should have kept the 9 days from him, I should have sent more ambus. As he was greeting his state, that gate is beyond his reach and reach. Now he has become a Kage and he has to go through a whole nation to get the power of the 9 tails back to the Konoha. As he said, damn it, I should have become Hokage long ago, but now I have to do all of these things. Damn you, Hiruzen. As he was thinking in his mind, he should have get this boy long ago, but now he has to go through all of these things. As now, Tsunade explained to all the council that a council meeting is going to held for the arrival of the Uzukage. As all the council members were surprised, as now it's about time. As Naruto, after we have a two-day time skip, and Naruto was finally standing in front of the gate of Konoha as he had 5 ambus as well as 2 shinobis beside him. As Naruto started to walk into the village, as the guards stopped him and said, Halt! Explain, who are you? As Naruto looked towards them and said, Uzumaki Naruto, the Uzukage of Uzugakure. As both of them looked upward and saw the face, the whisker marks, the blonde hair, as their eyes widened, as they signaled to the ambus who simply vanished from the area to the Hokage's office, as Tsunade gave them the signal to let them in. As both of them nodded, as Naruto started to walk into the village. As he was walking, as he saw that people were still looking towards him, and then the murmurs started to begin. Hey, isn't that the brat? Hey, the demon. But how? I thought the demon was banished. I don't know. I think that they're here for an invasion? No, it could not be. I heard he created a nation. No, demon. Will he come back for revenge? Those type of things. As Naruto could easily hear all of them. As Ramen as well as Ryu were listening to all of this. As the ambus were just holding back to just lash off and kill these all people, calling their leader a demon. As Naruto simply chuckled and said, just forget it. As he finally arrived at the Hokage's office. As the ambus landed, Lord Uzukage, the council is waiting for you. As Naruto simply nodded, as he said, lead the way. As the ambus started to lead the way. As now Naruto entered into the council meeting, as he saw that there were several ambus nearby, as Naruto looked towards his ambus and nodded as all of them started to wait behind. And then Naruto along with Ryu and Ramen started to walk into the room. As all the council was looking towards Naruto, some of them in surprise and some of them with guilt in their eyes, like Ino's father, Choji's father, Shikamaru's father. As Naruto came into the room, and then Tsunade said, alright, Naruto, take a seat. As Naruto simply nodded, and then he take a seat. As he said, alright, we are here. As Tsunade said, we welcome the Uzukage of the newly formed Uzugakure in this village. As Naruto had a blank expression on his face, as he said, As then Tsunade said, well, Naruto, we know that what happened in the past, and I really congratulate you of creating your own village. As Naruto simply chuckled at the name village, as he said, well, I accept your congratulations, Hokage. So, what do you want? I received your letter. As a matter of fact, I received letters from all the 5 great nations, though I had some difficulties with few of them, but I think that my village, as see, you can say, chuckle at the name of village once again, will do just fine. As Tsunade simply nodded and said, well, I simply do not want any hospitality between our villages, considering the past, though we are really sorry about it. As Naruto looked towards them and said, sorry about what, huh? I thought I was a guilty person, so there is no need to be sorry or anything like it. Or is it because that your prize, the prince of Konoha, has once again abandoned your village and leave this village to go to that traitor pedophile Orochimaru? As both Ramen as well as you can say, Ryu started to chuckle as all the council was looking towards them. As Naruto said, well, that is beside the point. What do you want, Tsunade? Just come to the point already. As one of the council members stood up, alright, that is enough. I do not stand that this demon, this thing, is being given so much respect. And the next thing, everyone saw a sword was planted, or you can say placed on the neck of that guy, as he was utter shock, as he was a civilian council member, as it was Raymond, as he said, next time you call our leader a demon, I will show you a true demon, as the bloodlust was just radiating from his body as the ambush landed beside him. As Naruto said, Raymond, that is enough. As Raymond simply nodded as he came back to his place. As Naruto stood up and said, well, this is how you treat your guest, huh? Well, I should not be, you can say, surprised about it. This is a village who do not even give a shit about their previous Kages and their sacrifice and what they actually sacrificed for. These people are simply annoying as well as selfish to their very core. As all the council members were looking towards him, as Naruto looked towards Tsunade, I will not attack your village if you're that threatened for, but just remember that if any one of you try anything against my village, then I will show you a demon. As his eyes flickered into red, as all of them were surprised, as Tsunade said, alright Naruto, we do not want any hospitality. I just want you to sign a treaty with Konoha. As Naruto looked towards Tsunade and said, what type of treaty are you talking about? As Tsunade said, an alliance, Naruto. This will prove that how you are no threat to us as well as we shall not be a threat to you. And the shinobi of this village will help. As Naruto simply chuckled at that and said, well, continue. As Tsunade said, well, people of this village will help you. As Naruto said, well, that is a offer by you, but not very tempting one, to be honest. My village do not need a help of such a pathetic village. The people, the morale of the people in this village are below the, you can say, bottom line. They are so pathetic as well as weak that I do not want to do anything with them. As one of the council members said, that is enough. How dare you to call us weak and all? You are nothing, and your village, your pathetic village, is also nothing. As Naruto simply chuckled and said, well, to be honest, right now I'm holding myself back, as well as the Biju inside of me, which, just to remind you, just to tell you, that I have complete control over. As Kurama just simply, you can say, scoff at that. As Naruto said, just go with it, Kurama, sorry about it. As Kurama said, well, kid, I'm going to get back at you. What you just said. As Naruto simply chuckled, well, as Naruto said, I have complete control over the power of the nine tails. When I say complete, I mean it. I mean it. The complete nine tails. As all the council members' eyes widened at that, as Naruto said, well, I can reduce this village to ashes whenever I pleases. And just to tell you, if any one of you try anything, especially you, by looking towards Danzo, I know about your little schemes and all. Do anything, and the next thing you will know, a whole nine tails will be rushing towards your village. And this time, it will not leave anything behind, because this time there will be no fourth Hokage, my father, to protect your sorry asses. This left most of the council members in utter shock, especially the civilian council, as Jiraiya's eyes widened as he looked towards Naruto. Naruto, how do you know that? As Naruto said, huh? So you're hiding these things from me. Do you honestly believe that? I will never find out, huh? Perhaps you are forgetting that the Biju inside of me already knew my father, since my mother was the previous Jinchuriki. So, I do not care about this village. My father protected this village, and in the end, this village just paid on the sacrifice which he actually made by banishing his own son, treating him like a demon. Though, I wonder if my father made the same sacrifice, if you know what this village is going to do, or how far this village is actually going to fall. Or will he trust you, Jiraiya, with the key? As Jiraiya's eyes widened, as he said, huh, as Naruto chuckled and said, well, my father would have never trusted you with the key of the nine tails if he knew how bad of a person you actually are. First I thought that you were just a pervert, but it seemed that you're moralless as well. As Naruto said, that is enough, Naruto. As Naruto said, looked towards her and said, huh, well, to be honest, I don't know what the third Hokage even saw in you, Tsunade. You do not have the guts to stand up to the hair. I thought that you are a woman of will. You have the power to stand up to anything. But in the end, this is all, huh? You cannot even stand up to the very people you rule over by looking towards the council. But that is not how I rule my village. Just to tell you, the people as well as the shinobi that are in my village are far stronger than the shinobi here. My system is far different. And even the Gannis, specially prepared Gannis, are mid to low tuning, as you can just imagine how strong my Jonis are actually going to be. So you can try your best. I have the power of the 9 tails as well as everything that I need. So I'm going to crush anything that will come against me. And just to tell you, I have a lot of shinobis at my disposal. And remember that. Even these two are S-rank shinobi, far stronger than even you, Jiraiya. They can easily go toe to toe with you if they so desire. As Jiraiya looked towards them, as his eyes widened, wait a minute, you, Ryu, your name is Ryu, right? As Ryu simply smirked and said, huh, so you're the Toad Sage, huh? As Jiraiya's eyes widened, he could not believe it. That is an SS rank shinobi, one of the most powerfulest one. As Naruto simply chuckled at that. As Naruto said, well, maybe I should leave now. As for your treaty, I don't think that I'm going to make an alliance with your village because I didn't know that this village only knows to backstab people. They do not even care about the sacrifice of their own Hokage, of their own so-called hero. So how they are going to take care of an alliance or get truth of their word? I don't trust you people, so I'm not going to sign any alliance whatsoever. So you can take it and shove it through your ass. I will not care about it. As all the council members, most of them were in utter shock of hearing that Naruto is the son of the Yellow Flash of the 4th Hokage, as most of the council members were just looking towards Tsunade and Jiraiya in utter shock that how they hide this truth from them and they have banished the hero, and then all of them looked towards the elders as Naruto said, huh, the elders, they already knew about it. Well, even if I consider this so-called treaty of yours, why do you want the treaty again by looking towards the dance, though, as well as the elders? I think for this, right? As he activated his eyes, as Jiraiya as well as Tsunade were confused about it, while on the other hand, Danzo as well as the elders' eyes widened. As then one of the elders said, "What? How? It cannot be! It should have destroyed in that invasion." As Naruto chuckled at that, as Tsunade said, "What are those eyes?" As Naruto simply chuckled and said, "Well, these are the prized dojutsu of the Uzumaki clan, the strongest dojutsu to ever been created." As Jiraiya said, "What? Uzumaki's dojutsu? There's no such thing as that." As Naruto simply chuckled and said, "Well, it seems that you don't know anything about. I bet that Tadokage knew, but let me explain about the story how the Uzugakure actually fall and how it is not going to fall anymore." As Jiraiya was confused about it, as well as Tsunade, as Naruto said, "Well, it was the second great shinobi war in which the Uzugakure actually fall. Back then, Tadokage has just taken the reign, and my clan, the Uzumaki clan, were making a dojutsu from their seals and artificial dojutsu. The power of this dojutsu was so strong that all other shinobi villages feared this dojutsu. Even Konoha wanted the power of that, but the Uzumaki clan simply refuses because only an Uzumaki can wield this dojutsu, even if other has it. They will never be able to understand the seal. Even you, Jiraiya, you cannot understand the seal and the concept of this dojutsu created by mostly of 100 over hundreds of years of experience people. And this dojutsu was that strong. But the Konoha and these people, by pointing toward Danzo and the elders, as Tadokage sent some of the shinobis to help Uzugakure, but these people stopped the shinobi because they wanted the Uzugakure to fall, not wanted Uzumakis to become more powerful than they were already, thinking that they will have Kushina and they will rebuild the Uzumaki clan here, right? Is that as he looked towards the elders who were silent as Tsunade looked towards them, shoot a glare at them. Is that right, Hamura? As Koharu, as both of them looked towards her and said, "Well, back then it was a necessary precaution, Tsunade. That clan was simply getting way too strong, and we had to go against. And back then, that our council agreed with it." As Jiraiya was in utter shock, as he said, "What about Sarutobi sensei?" As Danzo scoffed and said, "Sarutobi was a fool. He wanted to send some of our shinobis to help as well as inform the Uzugakure about the invasion, but we had to stop him, and he could not go against the council, and you already know about it." As Jiraiya gritted his teeth, as Naruto simply chuckled. As he said, "Well, you have no idea." As Naruto's eye, you can say, voice became harder. "You have no idea how hard I'm controlling right now to contain the beast inside of me. The only thing I want right now is to unleash the nine tails right here and right now and rip this village to shreds as all of them tensed up at that. But right now, I'm controlling myself. You can thank me for that and tell me, Tsunade, why should I trust this village again? Which my ancestor did, my father protected, but in the end, this village simply backstabbed both of them, spit on their sacrifices. And your grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, the one who taught you that seal which you had on your head, just like it, right? As Tsunade's eyes widened when she narrowed, when suddenly a seal appeared in the forehead of Naruto, as he said, "What? How did you get that?" As Naruto said, chuckled and said, "Well, meet Uzumaki. She was the wife of first Hokage. Huh, you even betrayed of that clan, and not to mention the Uchiha clan." As Danzo's as well as Elder's eyes widened, Naruto simply chuckled at looking at them and said, "What? Did you honestly believe that? I will never be able to find out, huh? Well, right now, I'm not going to say anything. And so, just enjoy the days you already have. I will not attack your village, but if you do, just remember the nine tails itself will be coming to get his revenge, and not to mention these eyes that I already possess." As he looked towards them, as all of them were in utter shock, as Jiraiya said, "So what does this Dojutsu do?" As Naruto simply chuckled and said, "Well, do you honestly believe that? I will tell you what this Dojutsu do, Jiraiya. You're more foolish than I previously thought." As Jiraiya gritted his teeth, as Naruto said, "Well, I will say that much. It is even stronger than the Rinnegan." As Jiraiya's eyes widened, as Naruto just looked towards him and smirked and said, "Huh, well, I'll be leaving now. Tsunade, Jiraiya, hope not to see you again, because who knows next time what will I do? And good luck finding the last traitor." As all of them greeted their teeth at that, as Naruto simply vanished along with Ryu and Ramen, as Tsunade greeted her teeth and said, "Alright." As one of the council members said, "Tsunade, so what are we going to do? He has the power of the nine tails, he can control it." As Tsunade was in thinking, as well as one of the council members said, "No, we have to attack. The Stone Village is about to attack his village, and if we help them, then we should be able to take them down." And then one of the council members said, "Yeah, then we can also have that dojutsu. It is an artificial dojutsu. We can use it on our shinobi." As then Tsunade said, "That is enough. You guys do not understand it, do you, huh? Do you honestly believe that he will stand there, he will release the nine tails at any moment on this village?" And he was right, there is no one in this village who can actually take on the nine tails at this moment. None of us know the Reaper Death Seal which Minato used, as Jiraiya pointed out. Now, not even he knew much about that seal. And it is really difficult, as well as Tsunade said, and about that dojutsu, as he glared at the elders, "You guys have really backstabbed the clan of my grandmother, didn't you?" As Hamura speak up, "Well, Tsunade, I'm sorry about it, but that was necessary at that moment. Uzumaki clan had to fall. They were simply getting way too strong." As Tsunade gritted her teeth and said, "Alright, I'm going to disband you damn elders." As all the elders' eyes widened, especially you, Danzo. "I know your stupid mind." As Danzo said, "Well, Lady Hokage, you simply cannot do it. The council have to agree with it." As Tsunade looked towards the council, "Do you agree? Do you guys agree with it?" And two elders, utter shock, all the council members raised their hand. As Hamura speak up, "What? You guys cannot do that?" As one of the council members said, "You guys backstab an ally. And because of you guys, and especially you, Danzo, we have banished our hero's son, Minato. I just only hope that Minato would be able to forgive this village, the village which he gave up his life for, as well as his very own son to protect. We just simply banished it. Do you have any guilt in your heart, huh?" By looking towards all the elders as they greeted their teeth. As Tsunade said, "Alright, you guys are disbanded. You guys will not have any luxuries of being the elders of this village anymore. The money you have will be, you can say, reconsidered." As both Hamura as well as, you can say, whatever his name again, whatever, as Danzo just simply gritted his teeth, but he simply went off. He still have his root. And now at the Tsuchikage, as he said, "Alright, my shinobis, now it's time for us to conquer the Uzugakure once again. In the past we destroyed it, but now it's time for us to take it down. As this time we will destroy it completely and take down Uzumaki Naruto with it." As all of them simply nodded, "Yes, we shall kill the son of the Yellow Flash and avenge all of our people." As all of them were cheering, as Tsuchikage had a smirk on his face, but then suddenly, boom! there was a boom in the village as everyone's eyes widened as he said, What is going on here? As all the shinobis were gathered as they dashed toward the destruction area, but then suddenly more blasts could be heard across the village, and then the screams could be heard. As then Tsuchikage said, What is going on here? As he fly into the air, as he arrived only to be in pure utter shock, as his whole village was surrounded by shinobis all over. Tsuchikage said, What? How can it even be? It cannot be. As he landed on the ground to see, as in front lines, as Naruto was standing along with his, क्या कहते हैं, you can say, soldiers. All the shinobis were gathered around the area as Tsuchikage's eyes widened. As he said, What? How? As Naruto arrived and said, Do you honestly believe, Tsuchikage, that I will allow you to even enter in the territory of the Uzugakure? Huh? You stupid soldiers will never be able to enter in that area, and now it's time. You planned to attack my village. You attacked my village, thinking that we are weak. Now it's time for us to take you down. As he looked towards Tsuchikage, as Tsuchikage greeted, he said, It does not matter, brat. You're nothing. Your shinobis are nothing. My shinobis are going to crush all of you. And now I'm going to kill you. Particle style, as he created a cube in his hand. Particle dismantled jutsu as he released the attack. And then he started to rush towards Naruto as Naruto simply chuckled, and then you can say ball formed in his hand, and then a beam dashes towards the attack, cancelling it out. As Tsuchikage said, Damn it, how did he do that? Then suddenly Naruto appeared in front of him, and then he had his eyes activated as it met with the eyes of Tsuchikage as Naruto smirked at that and said, Particle style. As Tsuchikage's eyes widened at that, Particle dismantled jutsu as he released the attack towards the shinobis of the stone village, destroying a big portion of the shinobis. As Tsuchikage's eyes widened and said, What? How did you do that? It cannot be. You cannot know the particle style. As Naruto simply chuckled at that as he looked towards him, as his eyes changed into the Uzugan, as Tsuchikage's eyes widened, as he said, No, it cannot be. That dojutsu. As Naruto said, Yes, that is the dojutsu of the Uzumakis. The very dojutsu, the reason you killed off my clan, you attacked our people to get this power, was it not, huh? I have finally obtained it, and now this is the dojutsu. Because of it, it is going to destroy your village, especially your shinobis, your own jutsu. As he said, particle style, particle dismantle, as particle blast, as a big blast occurred in the center of the village, destroying many, you can say, buildings and all. Tsuchikage said, No, I'm going to take you down, as he powered up his face with his Earth Chakra as he slammed, rushes towards Naruto. But to his utter shock, Naruto did the same thing, slamming his own face, cancelling out, as well as sending the Tsuchikage flying. As Naruto said, I already know each and every jutsu of yours, as well as all of your experience of doing these jutsus from your youth, and till to this date, I have all that experience and knowledge in my head, and I can do it thanks to this dojutsu. And I am the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, so it's about time that I show you the wrath of Uzumaki Naruto. As Naruto burst into the cloak of the Nine Tails, as then Tsuchikage's eyes widened as a big Nine Tails was standing in the village, as all the villagers as well as the shinobis were in utter shock. As then the Nine Tails flip his tails, destroying buildings as well as sending Tsuchikage flying. As many of the shinobis arrived, the astronaut shinobis trying to help, but it was to no avail, as all of them were simply taken down. As Naruto was now standing on the top of Nine Tails, as he said, People of Stone Village, I can either kill each and one of you. It does not matter, because I only have to conquer this small village. All these people of the nations are not living here, and there are small villages in this nation as well. I will kill you guys, it will not change a thing, but you guys can live under my command. Your shinobi will bow down to me, then accept me as their leader, and then I will combine both of our nations, or you guys can simply die here, and I will make the other villages, small villages, towns, people of this stone nation bow down to me. So it is up to you. As then one of the shinobi said, No, we shall never bow down to you. As Naruto simply chuckled and said, Well, I am not even using a percentage of my power. If I so desire, Nine Tails can easily destroy this village, and the shinobis are already there. Look there, you stupid fool. As he looked back to see a lot of shinobis, as all of them were ready for anything, as he simply, you can say, gulp. As Naruto said, so what it is going to be? As Tsuchikage said, I will never bow down to you, you little brat. You're the son of fourth Hokage. You're going to pay. I will destroy your village. As Naruto simply chuckled and said, well, so much for an old man. It's about time for you to rest, because I'm the one who's going to take care of everything here. As Tsuchikage said, I will never allow you, as he rushes towards Naruto. But the next thing he knew, a ball of lightning was passing through his body as he let out a scream of pure pain and agony, and the next thing everyone saw, he was turned into ashes as all the shinobis simply dropped their weapons. The nine tails was standing in front of them, the shinobis backing him up. As so much shinobis, as almost half of the shinobis of the, you can say, stone village was simply destroyed. As then the spies of the Konoha as well as many other villages were watching this battle as they simply went off. As in the Raikage's office, the spy arrived, Lord Raikage. As Raikage looked towards him, so what's the condition? Is the Tsuchikage ready for the attack? As he said, as he shook his head, well, Lord, we did not expect that the Uzukage has already attacked the Tsuchikage. As Raikage's eyes widened, what? He already attacked? But no one has informed us. How can this even be? Are you guys not watching the Uzukage? As he said, we are watching, but there are barriers, and all the people were there. There was no trace of them even moving. It seemed that they used some kind of teleportation. As then Raikage's eyes widened, remembering the flying Raijin. But even Minato cannot teleport so much people, a whole army from one place to another. It simply cannot be. As unless that boy developed his ceiling as his eyes widened, remembering that how such a jutsu could even affect the great nations, as one person can summon a whole army out of nowhere. As he said, damn it, so what's the condition? Is the fighting still going on? As he simply shook his head, no, Raikage-sama. It seemed that that boy has complete control over the Nine Tails power. There was a big Nine Tails as he destroyed half of the village and killed off more than half of the shinobis and even killed off the Tsuchikage very easily. As Raikage's eyes widened, what? He killed off the Tsuchikage? As it's said, and that is not all, my lord. It seemed that he has the Uzumaki's dojutsu. As Raikage's eyes widened, his father told him about that dojutsu which was being created by the Uzumakis. As well as Tsuchikage also talked about the power that dojutsu actually possessed and how dangerous it actually was and how necessary it was for them to destroy the Uzukage. As he said, what? He has that dojutsu? But I thought it was just a myth. As he said, no, Lord Raikage, it seemed that he has it and he has complete control over it. As Raikage gritted his teeth and said, damn it! So what should we do about it? As he said, well, Raikage, we are waiting for your order. As he said, damn it all. As Naruto was now standing on the top, as Daniels were standing in front of him, and said, if you guys obey me, then you guys will be able to live your life in happiness. Otherwise, I will simply kill all of you. I have already killed off your Kage. Your shinobis are bound down to me, and so it is really up to you. You can either live your life in happiness, but leave all the control to me, or you can simply die and I will take all the control. As the Daniels looked towards each other and simply nodded and said, well, you have complete support of ours. We just want to live with our family. As Naruto smiled, then you will continue to be the Daniel of this nation and you will only obey me. Do we have a deal? As both of them nodded. As Naruto smiled, as then Hinata arrived. Well, Naruto-kun, it seemed that one village has been united. As Naruto smiled and said, well, it was easy than I thought, though your idea was great, Hinata. As Hinata smiled, as Naruto said, well, I never thought that you would have this much talent from the sails. Even I could not have made that sail. As Kurama grunted and said, yeah, not even your father came up with such a brilliant idea of teleporting a whole army from one place to another, huh? As Naruto simply chuckled and said, yeah, so Hinata, it is mostly thanks to you that most of our shinobis are still there and we were able to catch all of them off guard. As Hinata smiled, as he said, well, Naruto-kun, that is for you. As Naruto smiled at that. Okay. Now, the news spread like wildfire. As for Sand, Naruto was already met with Gaara, so it was clear with him. As while on the other hand, Mist Village was also surprised that they were able to take down a whole village, a whole great nation in a single day. They know that how the wars actually go, but it was ingenious of them to catch all of them in their own village, and you can say just summoning a whole army, catching all of them off guard, out of nowhere. And in all the wars, when the high shinobis just reach to the other side or the other village, the enemy village, it mostly are over. If you are able to trap all the shinobis in a single village and catch them off guard, it is just ingenious of a person. While on the other hand, simple panic was going on in Konoha as all the council members were sitting and arguing with each other, Shinobi council with the civilian council, as they were arguing that they should attack right now. That boy is way too strong. As Tsunade arrived, that is enough, as he roared, as all of them shut up, and said. As Tsunade took a seat, and then even the other elders arrived, as she glared at them and said, "What do you guys want? You guys are no longer the part of council." As Danzo said, "We just want to advise you, Tsunade. I know that you have taken our power, but it doesn't matter. We are still the elders of this village, and we just want to advise you in the best way." As Tsunade said, "Well, your advices always are pretty rough." As Jiraiya said, "Well, that is enough, Tsunade. We have things to discuss." As Tsunade nodded, and then one of the council members stood up. "Lady Hokage, we heard that Stone Village was taken down in a single day. But how? It simply cannot be, right?" As Jiraiya shook his head and said, "Well, I have report. It seems that somehow the Stone Village was planning to destroy Uzugakure, but somehow Naruto's army arrived out of nowhere as Stone Village was about to attack the Uzugakure from him, and Tsuchikage was giving his speech to his shinobi. But then suddenly the shinobis of Naruto arrived out of nowhere and they surrounded the village, and then there was massive destruction in village." As Tsunade said, "How much destruction are we talking about?" As Jiraiya said, "The destruction which a nine tails could easily cause by just swinging his tails." As Tsunade's eyes widened. "What?" As Jiraiya said, "Yeah, he unleashes the nine tails avatar there, and it was a chakra cloak. My spies explained everything, and it seemed that he was able to kill off Tsuchikage with no trouble whatsoever. He has complete control over the power of the nine tails as well as the Uzugan as well, and his shinobis has taken over the Stone Village along with the whole nation, and that nation is now known to be under the territory of Uzugakure." As Tsunade said, "But how? It simply cannot be, Jiraiya. He cannot just simply take over a whole nation." As Jiraiya said, "Well, that's how it is. It is war. It was the Tsuchikage who attacked him, so no one can actually blame him of retaliating back." As Tsunade said, "He did not even say a word." As one of the council members said, "So what will he do to us? Will he kill all of us? Will he attack the village? We should attack him right now, Lady Hokage." As Tsunade looked towards him, as Jiraiya said, "That is enough. He told us that he will not disturb us as long as we remain in peace." As then Danzo speak up, "Well, that brat is a genius." As everyone looked towards him, as Danzo said, "Well, I was doing a bit of investigation on him. It seemed that he was preparing his shinobis from the childhood for war." As everyone looked towards him, as he said, "Well, I am living for a long time in the times of war. Even those of academy students became shinobi, and those with the high ganins became tunins, and it is the same manner there. They are training their shinobis in pretty advanced power. Even the academy students know the chakra control and at least one elemental jutsu. It is like he's preparing them for war from the very beginning." As one of the council members said, "What are you getting at, Danzo? That he's," as Danzo said, "Yes, he is preparing for war from the very beginning. His plan is to conquer the nations itself." As Jiraiya said, "That is insane. It simply cannot be possible." As Danzo said, "Well, in a single day, he was able to conquer a whole nation, a stone village." As Jiraiya said, "Stone village is not as strong as Konoha." As he said, "Well, now he has a shinobi of stone under his command as well as a whole nation. So, what do you think that how much power would have gained, huh, Jiraiya?" As Jiraiya gritted his teeth, as Tsunade said, "Well, we are not going on war just because of this. Because if we do that, it will seem as Stone Village as Tsuchikage who attacked him first, and then he will retaliate, and we do not have a Jinchuriki to fight him off. Thanks to you, Danzo." As Danzo simply gritted his teeth. As Tsunade said, "Well, right now we shall make our shinobis ready if for anything, but we will not attack. Do I make myself clear, Danzo? As Danzo shook his head. Alright, Lady Tsunade, as you wish. As all of them were in still panic, while in Konoha, all the citizens already knew that Naruto was the son of fourth Hokage. It was like a bomb that was exploded on their head, that the son of their beloved hero was banished, as well as they were the one who treated him in that manner. Okay guys, here I will love this part. Hope you guys like it. Please like and subscribe. In the next part we shall have the war and even the Katsuki going on, and in one or two part I'm going to end this series, so I hope that you guys liked it. Please guys, like and subscribe, and for the next part, like goal is going to be, let's see, 300 likes, and the comment goal is going to be 120 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part today. It is really up to you. You can do it or you can just wait 1 or 2 weeks. So peace.